Hey there, welcome to Carcassonne and week 2 of this year's Champions League. Although, actually, this match here is still from week 1 and the only one that hasn't been played so far between maticarrizoc from Argentina and FanaticalLime93 from United Kingdom. The Lime started playing on BGA roughly 6 years ago, and from then on progressed. Quite likely will be achieving a master rank sometime in the future. Was close last year, maybe 10 points shy of 700 there. But I definitely expect Matt to make this leap sometime in the future. Marty, on the other hand, has achieved the master rank last year, quite convincingly even. A slight drop afterwards, but only to the lower 600s and currently rated at 642. Also, more or less steady progression here, so looks totally fine. I think Marty is the slight favorite today, maybe 3, 4, 5% edge or something like that. So overall to win this match, maybe 55, something in the vicinity at least. But it's Carcassonne, and we've witnessed quite a lot of close matches so far. Even some possible upsets were in the air, which at least from what I have seen didn't manifest. At least I haven't witnessed a huge upset. So, for example, someone usually rated around 500 to 600 winning versus an experienced master. But we'll see. So looks like Marty is online. What about the Lime? Let's use this one online as well. No recent. Oh, there is the recent activity, which wasn't present on Marty's page. So they are going for a tournament, and it looks like both have registered. But the start date is set to in 4 minutes. So, well then, let's quickly take a look if the Belgian championships are still running. Crafty quite likely has 1-2-0, and he has against Jorin. And the other match was between Karkaroff, what is it, 9, I think, and Valmir. And they are done as well. Okay. Then nothing to fill the dead air. Then let's take a closer look at Marty's stats. Or maybe just at their match schedule. That makes more sense, I guess. So here we are, Marty. After today's match, they are going against Kreukler, should be the favorite there. Underdog against Adria for sure. Maybe slight underdog against Michaels, maybe not. More or less, yeah, roughly an even matchup. And definitely an underdog against Michael. So if Marty wants to have any chance of securing a playoff ticket this year, looks to be the first of at least 3 steps. And if he loses today, I don't see him making the playoffs. Fanatical Lime versus King Didi. Well, more or less a toss-up. Aki stack survived a tough Chinese qualification. But I'm still not sure I'd favor them against the Lime. Same goes for Vega Orion. They almost were able to beat with, but they didn't found their winning condition in the third game. And then FanaticalLime also has to play versus Adria and will be the underdog as well. So everything's possible, from one match win in 5 games to, let's say, at most 4. Yeah, definitely interesting matches. Hope these will all be covered. Now that Otto is back in the game, I'm pretty sure everything except maybe Americas versus Asia games, which tend to be played at middle of the night hours for us Europeans, should work out now that we have 3 heads to cover most games. So let's see, still 1 minute, and then let's just hope that BGA 4-1 starts the tournament on time. And let's take a closer look at Marty's stats. So whom does he play? Well, 7 out of 16 versus MTU. It's definitely not bad. Usually check whether there are any matches against Alexi. Doesn't look like it. Let's look for Otto. 1 win in 3 games. Yeah, doesn't say a lot, but at least it was 1 win. And still not started, and I hate this, but at least both are in the game now, and looks like it just has started. Doesn't? Really? In progress. Yeah, here we go. Finally. Yeah. So the Brit with the blue meeples, Marty with a yellow. Natural move so far. Monastery trying to control a city in the middle. Hey Juan. So at least one Argentinian fan in the chat. Anyone rooting for Matt? Please. So yellow restricts the city. Yep, blue starts the new one, of course. Yep. Marty controls blue's road. New city on the left. Or the lime. Definitely not an ideal configuration for blue here in the middle. Basically playing anything over here is totally annoying. I mean, you could consider pushing the road to the top, but then you might end up being killed here and lose this battle. Yeah, I get the curve, but I'm not convinced this was the best idea here. It's basically giving up on this road in favor of quite likely blocking the city. But of course, if you go here and restrict the one square, the next restriction to the same tile, so yellow needing 2 starting tiles here, is definitely very nice. So only 2 left, therefore quite unlikely that yellow will finish their city. And now that blue was able to extend their road to the top, yellow definitely goes for this ruin here. Hey, Nicola, I wouldn't say terrible, not great, but this is a ruin. And there are options to attack it, and once blue equalizes the ruin, which is already at 9 points, it actually doesn't look that bad. The city on the left is a bit iffy, but they should be able to close this if they get the right pieces. A bit annoying that 4 Doritos are already gone, so your ideal completion of stuff like that really doesn't work. Are just too few Doritos still out there. Yeah, that's the prime option to attack this, and it's now or quite likely never. 4 big city tiles are gone, so you could try to attack this later, but even with only the 1 meeple, quite likely would have attacked. It's not that hard to get this meeple, or this one, or the one on the city back. But for now, blue is in the lead even without attacking the ruin. And they could still take a crack at it later. There are still 2 extenders and 2 cows left. Yeah, your typical problem, city next to a square next to your monastery. Definitely not great. Can't really use the starting tile there, so going for a new city it is. Also opening another avenue to attack yellow's ruin, which by now is at 11 points, so definitely worth the attack. And yellow might now restrict blue's monasteries. Will be definitely interesting to see whether they go there or if they opt for something else and they take this on the left, which, well, at least controls the city. Both have a meeple in hand. Nonetheless, yellow still opts to close this road here to give both back 1 instead of just scoring 2 points. I don't like this, especially not when there is a 3-point road someone could take with the curve. So if blue wants to invest their curve here, it basically give away points. And now they get the curve and claim this one. So not utmost precision by the Argentinian, at least in this situation. I'm also not a fan of this monastery, actually. Sure, it restricts Blue City, but it's a bit timid, too timid for my taste. Especially when there are quite good monastery squares out there. Okay, Matt doesn't go for this attack. Rather tries to close an 8-pointer on the right side. Slight restriction might be in order. Also taking away sinister options like this one here. Trying to take over the ruin, which more or less would blue win the game. Yeah, okay, now he protects directly. But still 3 daggers left to attack this ruin over here. And also still 2 extenders, 1 cow left to, if necessary, try and connect on the left side. Yellow tries to pad the central field. Works out nicely. Blue might just want to close their city, though. A restriction to a starting tile is possible, so they played safe instead of closing this cap, which yellow, of course, does immediately. And here's the dagger attack as expected. There's still 1 splitter left, though, and again, if necessary, the second option. Yellow drops an insurance farmer. Definitely a good approach there. If blue wants to have any hope of closing this one, they actually could go for it now. There aren't a lot of curves left to kill this. On the other hand, maybe creating a secondary field might be a good idea. So something like this here, maybe even farming this one, hoping to later snatch this cap, create 2 6-point fields. Because it seems unlikely that blue will be able to do something about yellow's field in the middle, unless they really want to go for it. But then they need quite likely to attack here, which is iffy at best. But they just go for a new city. And whoops. Now equalized the ruin. Secure an at least temporary lead on the virtual scoreboard here at 7 points. should take away all road ends from yellow, because there are still 2 cows and a rose left. Yeah, it looks like a good move. On the other hand, they could, of course, go for this connection, because it doesn't really get better than now. 16 tiles left, so the 15 in the deck, 1 already in Marty's hands, and 3 would allow this connection. Blue doesn't need this, or might not need it, but it would sure be a great chance to give them the best winning percentage possible. And of course, this one here has another reason, and the reasoning is taking away this exact option from yellow. So yellow immediately tries to restrict this, tries to kill it rather. And blue will likely defend. The question though is, do you go for the indirect approach? Maybe this one even. There's only 1 crossroad left. Goes for this. Yeah, works the same basically, because the rows could be turned either this or that way. And now there is no tile left to kill this square here. Only tiles to restrict this to a 50-50. Blue tries to take away these 6 points by connecting yellow's small field into the main field. Yeah, and might just connect now. This here really doesn't make sense. Sure, you'd have the 1 cow left, but you'd kill the option of using an extender there. On the other hand, you would prevent yellow from adding the twin caps, but wouldn't even mind these, because then you might still be able to close this city. I would expect blue to attack this. The question is, do you need to go there, or do you just bank on drawing the cow yourself, because there are no Doritos left? And blue opts to take the cap, which looks like the best idea, especially with 3 caps still being out there. So 1 connection tile for blue went to yellow. Now there's only the cow left. But again, blue is at plus 11, so they don't even need to connect here. And if yellow gets the cow, at least this would be a tile which yellow can't use productively. So it looks like Fanatical Lime will take this one down. And Marty will need to fight for the match in the second game. Hope to force a decider. Yeah, in the end, we are at roughly 20, 26. Yeah, but if you consider this ruin here, looks like 18 points. If these were flipped, Marty could have won this, but I think he never got the chance to attack here. And waiting to get a Dorito here or something else wasn't ideal as well. So maybe just adding the straight here earlier to take away this option, not going there, might have been a better choice. Yeah, ideal start for blue with an 8-point city. Yellow only gets the breadcrumbs so far. Blue doesn't mind giving them possible 8-point loop in exchange for a safer city build. And very good news for yellow, drawing 2 shielded extenders in a row. But of course, blue tries to act against the city and gets a lot of love from the deck. The perfect piece to attack the city. It's vanilla. Nicola, don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, even if it looks bad in the beginning, when there are still 60 tiles to go, 2 or 3 good draws from the deck could easily turn many games on their head. Yeah, and yellow absolutely doesn't like blue's attack here, of course. Even go for stuff like this one, hoping to get big city or Dorito. Ideally, of course, a splitter, but it just doesn't work. Blue gets the Dorito, connects, takes away yellow's most promising feature. No, ties yellow's most promising feature. Yeah, not great. But sometimes you just can't do anything about it. Oh. Well, I mean, in a situation where blue tries to attack your city, your road, I'd rather would take this position. Even if it gives 1 point to their road part. Yeah, advanced road building by blue, banking on drawing a curve, or likely using this, or likely hoping to use this in the marked square before yellow gets a crossroad to secure their road. Maybe here. Chances for blue are good, but not as good as they could be, because 3 curves are already gone. Yet all 4 regular crossroads still remain in the deck. But over time, with two rather useless road pieces, yellow built a nice restriction of blue city at the bottom, and basically in a configuration like that, blue more or less has to wait for road Doritos or horses to extend this one, else they'd risk a restriction to a dagger, which isn't the worst when there are still two of both left, but you'd rather like to build this city up with bigger city tiles than caps. And there is the crossroad for yellow. Yeah, I like this position, especially because you don't want blue to place something here. And if they had used the crossroad there, blue would have closed this and would have also gotten a chance to restrict monastery and city at the same time. Which might follow now. On the other hand, nah. Why? I mean, there was still an outside chance to take this one over. And if not, they could have closed this road, even if the two caps next to each other configuration is rather seldomly a good one. But at least this meeple here would have been home, and the field did look promising. So that here seems to be the wrong priority to me. Maybe going for a pre-block, hoping to draw a curve to kill this, because there are no... Oh, damn it. Dagger asymmetry, right? This direction. There are no left-handed daggers left. And taking away two caps from your city doesn't really matter, especially not if you might need them at the bottom, as all road Doritos are gone after yellow just drew two in a row. But this road is annoying. On the other hand, quite likely no one would claim this. Yeah, that's the wrong side. How about a 9-point field up top with expansion potential? Problem being you are the side with less meeples, so an attack would quite surely be incoming, and in some cases this hypothetical field would be united with yellows on the left through this avenue here, and therefore blue just opts to claim the monastery as is. Yeah, it doesn't look great here for them. -10, they just get shoddy road pieces, don't get caps, don't get other city pieces. Yellow drew the Doritos now. This one here basically gets killed. Yeah, sure, you could still add 3 caps there, but it's unlikely that yellow won't interfere. Yellow being greedy, taking 3 points for this road instead of playing it safe and meepling the city part, which they correct immediately. Blue can't draw a crossroad, even if their life depends on it. Still 4 in the deck, but no luck so far. -6, so not desperate enough to go for stuff like that. But maybe this one here. There's still a rose left to close the city. Marty claims a 6-point field here. Yeah, no quick points available. I mean, I would have considered this one just to take care of this city and also restrict the road to the same tile blue needed for their city. I think that would have been a better prio than taking a 6-point field, which he for sure could take later as well, as blue really has meeple trouble. Yeah, and now blue secures 2 options to close this road, while also getting 2 points extra. They get the monastery. This time they decide to claim this sinister hamster, even though this gives yellow a meeple back. But blue needs to score points and needs to score points desperately. And they still have the crossroads as outs to close both roads. Just can't draw one. Yeah, we'll see a kill of this city quite likely. That option is more precise than... that's the only option. And finally, the crossroad, 2 points for blue, because they don't have a meeple to claim this road, but at least they get 2 meeples back. But at -9, -11 now, doesn't look like there is anything they still could do to win this one. Some attack against this field in the middle would be nice, but doesn't work now. The field is at 15 points. So yeah, that would swing the game in blue's favor. But I don't see any option to attack it. There is one, which would be getting the dagger and then employing the crossroad to unite, while also getting 5 points for the road. This sure looks nice, 20-point swing, but They need yellow to draw either the cow or the burrito. So that's a 50% shot, and then they need to get exactly 1 out of 6 permutations. So a 1 in 12 chance. Which could win them the game. For now, looks like closing this here would give them 3 points, -3 for the field, so it doesn't really do anything. And they only have 2 moves left, so they don't need the third meeple anyway. Yes, so actually they should even take this now, because if they don't, yellow might do this with the Dorito. Yeah, okay, I was late to the party, but blue saw it at least. Yeah. Oh, it's not a 1 in 12. This here works as well. Then hoping to draw the dagger on the last turn, right? Yep. And claiming the top road would have been the right move. If you hope for the dagger anyway, why claim a 3-point road that doesn't do anything for you? Oh, -8. It's just enough. 1-point win for Fanatical Lime if I haven't miscounted. Whoa. Yeah, too close for comfort. I'm not sure why they went for the bottom road here. Doesn't make any sense at all. If yellow only had played a bit better, played a bit more efficiently, because yellow scored 6 points with their last 2 moves, and they could have scored 7. So let me quickly show you. Instead of taking 3 points, claiming 4, and then using the cow over here for 3 would have been a tie after blue's mistake here. So let's go to the replay. So to illustrate this even more, I'll tackle your comment in a minute, Juan. So actually, let's tackle this now. So this here should have been on the field. Yeah, sure, but there's already a farmer on this field, and it's connected all the way over there. So if he wanted to attack the field, the best option would have been this one. But I'm not sure if blue had a meeple in hand when they placed the starting tile. Yeah. Had they? I think they had, yeah. So they could have attacked through the rows. So about yellow's penultimate move. So blue found the one shot they had at winning this one. Well done, Matt. Well done. Yeah, Juan. Okay. Let's check the field situation first. Come on. You are right. The monastery and the crossroad. Yeah, and the monastery was first, so the monastery connected the field. Let's see, when was this monastery placed? Yeah, you're right. So blue could have claimed the field over here. That's for sure. Could they have done it with the rose as well? And they could have claimed it with the rose as well. Considering there were still two monasteries out there and the crossroads here, quite likely it was their best shot at attacking the field, but maybe they hoped to do this up top. And they definitely didn't want to leave this 5-point road out there. But yeah, you are onto something there. Maybe risking this one, adding the farmer would have been the right choice. On the other hand, to me, this looks like blue would have loved to win without attacking the field. But quite likely that wasn't in the cards for them. So would this have been better? Well, definitely doesn't look like a bad idea. The problem of farming here is though that yellow could use any crossroad and any curvy there, while you need the crossroads here. So it's way more likely that yellow would claim the 5-point road. So to me, this looks like, yeah, on the other hand, the problem is if yellow gets a curve, which I think they did, they'd restrict your road to another crossroad, which is in some cases even fatal if they add a Dorito here to kill the square. So yeah, it wasn't without risk anyway. So maybe Juan is right. Maybe just taking the field is a simple approach. I mean, it is a 9-point field, even if nothing happens over here, which definitely won't be the case. Someone will claim this monastery square. And with yellow's farmer up top already in place, it wasn't even guaranteed that blue would have the meeple minority in the end. So they could have had a chance. Some cases even to take over the field, right? Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I would have liked a farmer over here. Yeah, so thanks for chiming in, Juan. Definitely a good idea. So let's go back to yellow's penultimate move. So blue attacks this. What is blue's winning condition? Well, drawing these two. There is at -8 and -1 meeple nothing else. So blue needs this one. Why then do you go for a city here, which also needs this dagger? Because if you get it, you could close this anyway. You don't need to pad up or build a bigger city there. Instead, you could just claim 4 points, just in case blue makes a mistake here, which they did. Then you'd have these 4 points, and on your last turn, you could at least claim 3 points here with any tile. And if you get the dagger, I mean, it's game over for blue anyway. So claim these 4. In the end, claim another 3 for 7. Then you are up plus 15. And if blue makes, no, not 15. Am I right? Am I wrong? Yes, 15. And if blue makes a mistake over here, like claiming a 3-point road instead of going for the 5-point road, well, then this game would have ended up in a tie, and you would have gotten your decider. Yeah. So if you need, or if you win with a specific tile, there is no need to play for this tile if you have other options. But sadly, Marty didn't go for this, and blue got their 2 pieces. I mean, not sadly, actually. Finding this one here, they're only short going for it. That's exactly what I like to see. So let's take a look. Yeah, this is too late for my taste. Maybe Otto might cover this. I think Alexis said he quite likely won't. And then I'll see you tomorrow at 19 UTC for Adria versus Michaels. Maybe check in earlier. Quite likely something else might be scheduled for tomorrow as well, but we'll see. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.